user instructions for the heating system here in the tank room. There are three controls for the heating. The top one there is the backup heater. That's only used in the event of the heat pump malfunctioning or being in fault, which should be a rare or never event. And other than needing it for emergency backup, that should be always off. And it's just a straight on switch. Turning that switch on will enable a backup heater which is up in the attic area, but that backup heater won't come on until the thermostat requires heat. So it's as well to leave that off. Second thing we have here underneath it is the room thermostat, and this is the overall controller. This decides whether there's heating on or not. If the set temperature is greater than the room temperature, then heating will be switched on. And in this instance, we've it set temporarily up to 26 and the room is at 21, and we can see the flame is on, which means it's calling for heat. When it calls for heat, it does two things. It turns on the heat pump, sends a signal to the heat pump to switch on, and it also turns on the underfloor heating. And it would also, if that were needed, it would enable that. So there's three things really. So without this room set on, there'll be no heating. And that's even with this one, which I'll come to later, that can be on all the time and there will be no heating unless this is on. This is the master controller, if you like. And this is a programmable room thermostat, and there's you can program it using these buttons, and there is a separate YouTube video on how to program it. And it's a good idea to program this to come on at maybe midnight or 1 in the morning and heat up the big mass of underfloor, this in the depth of winter, to your 21 degrees or whatever is required, and then set it to 1 degree below that during daytime. So that's the room thermostat, and then this is the Daikin heat pump user interface. The displayed temperature on this is the temperature only of the water that we're sending into the underfloor. It's not the room temperature. So we will be setting this during normal operation. During normal operation, this will be set up to about 35 to 40 degrees. But now we're in screed drying mode, and we have this at 25 actually, and I just turned it up a little while ago to demonstrate the use, to demonstrate it working. Here, this is just a symbol that says heating, and when the heat pump is running, we will see 2 arrows around that to demonstrate, to illustrate that the heat pump is running. You can leave the power on this all the time. With that power button on, nothing will happen. The heat pump will do absolutely nothing. It will just sit there dead until this turns on. So don't be afraid to leave that on all the time. Nothing, there'll be no power use, nothing. No heat pump will run unless this thermostat calls. That's it really.